What's up, you guys? Jake State Farm here with Atomic Theory, bringing you yet another video. We are on a roll here, boys. In today's video, we are joining another hourly Atomic Arena. This time with a little bit more time left. So let's see if we can pull out the dub here. I'm looking at the top here. We've got classic Voldy neutral here yet again, and then mobile phone too. The horde icon there. So, yep, glad we're playing Atomic and not Horde. I hate Horde. Alright, hopping right in here, boys. We are going to go ahead and start. Playing against a good player. Alright, so normally I play f6. Let's try e5 here this time. Allowing knight g5. Yeah, no knight f7 here. We've got queen h4, queen d4, that threat. Okay, so... Interesting. So we could play knight c6 here. After knight c6, white could play knight f7. And then after queen f6, white doesn't really want to take here, but he could play knight d6. I think we're okay with that. Let's go with knight c6. This stops knight h7 too, because again, no matter what, we would have knight d4. Not a bad move. Go bishop d4 here. I think d4 is the best move for white. We are threatening knight d4 now because we've pinned. Okay. Now I think we can go queen f6. Now you really think you should play knight d6 or d4. That's not the move. Yeah, so I think knight d6 was probably the best try here. Actually, d4 was probably a pretty solid move too. We'd have to play e4, but yeah, after knight takes, we can play knight d4 here. We're going to be picking up some material. After he takes here, we're going to continue to develop. Just put the pressure on, force him to play something like f3. There's no bishop g3 here. Got our bishop eyeing down c3. Let's go ahead and castle. Probably play something like, okay, it's not bad. Let's play b5, just kind of restricting this bishop to a square like d3, and then we could probably hit him with something like knight d5. Though there would be bishop c4 there. Okay, really good move from my opponent here. If f takes, he's got rook g1, which is a little scary, so we need to calculate that out. But I think we're okay there. Rook g1, we've got g6, and after h5, we'd play g5. Now, this is a really strong move, though. I think we'll go d5. If there's rook g1, we can play knight g4, and if he were to take, then we've got bishop g4. He actually can't take immediately, because our rook is on this file here. Okay. We're going to play g6 or h6. Let's go g6. Now we'll play h6. Okay. I think we're okay now. He does have bishop f5. This is a little scary, but I think after king h8, we're barely surviving here. Just barely, though. This is, our bishop cutting off him castling here is really, really clutch. Okay, let's go c5. If king d2, then we can probably... Yeah. Let's take here. So again, we're going to be coming in like this, and if the bishop moves, then we'll come in this way. So I think we're just barely going to survive here, but it is scary. This is jumping right into a pretty competitive one here. Yeah, so let's go rook c8. If there's bishop takes, then we'll have rook f2, king d3, and rook d2 will actually be mate there. Okay, he could play rook c1 here. He doesn't. c1 would be a little scary. This is not looking good for us. Okay, I want to play... I don't know. I don't know what I want to play. It's tough to get out of here. I'm not liking that his rook is so active and pinning my bishop here. See if we can play something like rook g6 here. See if we can maybe maneuver over to c6 if he moves this bishop, say, to f5. Even then, Kind of suspect. Yeah, that's a really strong move. Okay, then. Uh, whew. All right. I think we're gonna lose this one actually. Yeah, we actually have a chance here if Rook C7. Ah, man. Okay, wow. Terrible game on our part. Let's see what we did wrong there. Great game by my opponent too. I mean, just clobbered me. Taking its time here. Yeah, out of the opening, I think we're winning. Yeah, for sure we're winning. This was really well played on my opponent. Was able to generate pressure in a game where we really shouldn't have let him. Okay, so we shouldn't have opened up the C file there, I guess. Interesting. Maybe you want to look at well played to my opponent. So we can take down Sean Jana 16, the bunny rabbit. If he decides to make a move. Alright. Well, scared him away. Scared the bunny rabbit away. What does that make us? I'm a penguin, so I wouldn't think we'd be that scary to bunny rabbits, but oh, maybe it was the State Farm insurance there or something. Yeah, guys, if you have anything you want to see, anything you want me to do, I just recorded some analysis of some games that I played, so that'll be going up shortly. But yeah, if you have, actually, by the time you're watching this, I'm sure it'll already be up. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, I'm very new to this, very new to this whole YouTube recording, all that. So if you have any suggestions for content, what I can do, I'm all ears. I'm wanting to learn a whole bunch here. So it's a really interesting line for my opponent here. I don't see this very often. So I need to get this bishop out so I can castle. Right now he's got a threat on my e7 pawn. So my knight can't move at all because I'll get mated here. And you know, e6, c6, queen a5 is probably just too slow. So I'm actually going to go with g6 here. I'm going to get my bishop out this way. I could go e6 and bishop b4 as well, and that'd be perfectly fine. In fact, e3 is a really good move. Stopping my bishop from getting any play here. Gonna castle. He can't take here, or my rook will checkmate him. See what he does. Move like f4 could be pretty strong here. Um, yeah, because now I have a double attack if I want it, which should be good. I think I have to play something like this. Because I can always play bishop takes now. Interesting. Start with knight f2. I want to get his queen off of this diagonal here. I just think that's going to be scary. There's some lines after takes and okay, interesting. Take here. Play something like d5 and then e5, threatening this pawn, making way for my bishop. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, he's getting clobbered today. He's gonna win a lot of material here. But we do have a strong knight here. It's definitely not completely over, but I prefer white here. That's for sure. Okay, allowing us to take here. I'm actually not going to. I'm going to play e5. I want to break open his position. He's up 2 pawns here. So winning one pawn back doesn't help us that much. I think I will go knight d4 though. Now I'm threatening a pretty big threat here, so he's got to respond to that. He may play something like bishop a6 here. Um, okay, just wow, completely missed that. Okay, this is not going too well. I don't know how I missed that. It was a very, very big oversight. So I think we have a draw now. Don't see how he stops this. Yeah. In fact, I can even throw in rook f2 here as well. Maybe I don't have a draw. He has to play g4. And then I can play h5. I think I might be okay here. Okay, not so sure about that one. Yeah, I think no matter what, I should have at least a draw. Now, he can't ever go back to g1. And if he goes to h3 or h1, I'll just have knight f2. Let's see if he tries to do anything silly here. Oh, okay. Man. Play. Yeah, wow, this is really well played by my opponent. Twice in a row here. Okay, rook d5. Okay. See if he pushes here. I may be able to get some pressure like this. If he does nothing, I think I might just be able to take two. Could be pretty nice. Okay, yeah, we're okay with this. Now we can go h5. He really needs to get his knight into the game. That would do wonders for him. I also have this rook f3 idea. For instance, after knight c4, I potentially try to take there. How did I miss this? I may have had rook f3. Yeah, I may have missed rook f3 immediately. No, there's no way. Okay. I'm bugging out. Let's see if he tries to get aggressive here. I can create a runner here. Yeah. Okay, I mean, it's not completely hopeless yet. I still have this pawn here. Can you create some pressure? It's definitely not looking good though. Even after rook d7, I think I just push. Okay, rook d6 is a lot better though. Wow. Rook d6 is really strong. It's such a good move. Actually, I may have had some, yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to know what to do there. Okay, he's gonna play bishop e6. So we gotta think about what we want to do. Maybe b5, but gosh, it's so slow. Okay, no, he didn't. No, we can at least get his rook here. Oh my gosh. Wow, it's so bad. Man, getting clobbered. GG's. GG's. Great game for my opponent. Alright, let's go on a run here. I still think we got a chance. We gotta speed up a little bit. You know, I got this isn't affecting my play at all, but I've got a very cheap laptop, and as I'm trying to record, it's it's really laggy. If you guys have any tips, anyone watching this knows what to do about that kind of stuff, please let me know. I am all ears at the moment. For sure, for sure. Alright, well, it's tough to win unless we get into a game. Here we go. Let's open with e3. Okay, so, Atomic 101 here. So we pin the queen, we pin the knight to this pawn here, and he just forgets about it. So this happens a lot as you're just starting out, as you're still trying to learn openings. Don't get discouraged if you lose like that. And yeah, just every single person that's ever played Atomic has been there, so totally understand it. Until you start to learn openings, I still get surprised by openings sometimes, and we'll run into silly opening traps like that. So it happens. That's part of Atomic right there. You just gotta yeah, just gotta roll with the punches. All right, we gotta get on a streak here. I think we can do this here. I think we can score some points here. This dude's killing it though, the Horde guy. All right, let's take this guy down here. All right, so we're just gonna stop this knight from advancing here. All right, so yeah, knight b5 wasn't an option. We would have had queen h4 and queen d4. It's a good move. I'm gonna play bishop b4 and pin this knight here. See if he goes queen h5 here. That's the line, but it doesn't work as well the way he played it. Yeah, we'll play g6 and just stop any of these ideas. So I want to play knight f6. Okay, that wasn't a very good move. I couldn't have played knight f6 earlier because he had knight g5, but this looks pretty strong for him, but it's not. Now my knight's really able to get out, and he needs to play something like f3 or even f4 might be pretty strong here. That move's not going to cut it because now we get to play this move with a tempo. If he had pushed his f pawn, it's harder because after I play this move, he's able to just take my queen here. But now I want to go here. I think I want to go knight e3. I think it could be knight f2 and knight e3. But this knight's really going to wreak havoc on his position. He's probably going to have to trade his queen off for it if he wants a chance here. Otherwise, it's just going to completely halt anything that he's trying to do. Okay, that's not great either because now we can just capture here. I'm going to play queen a5 here. This looks like a weird move, but if he plays bishop e7, then I can capture with my bishop, which opens up my queen. If he didn't play bishop e7, I would have just played bishop e1, and then my queen's still ready to get in there. All right, there we go. Back on track here. Let's keep the momentum going. Got 14 minutes in the dream. A few ways to respond here. I actually like this move, but coming from a relatively new player here, it looks like probably doesn't know as much of the theory. It's not a bad move at all, but it's definitely something you want to know what you're doing. I'm gonna play. Let's play e5. He may try to take this, which is just gonna open this up, kind of playing for tricks here. But also, it's just not a bad move to open up my bishop. Could have played knight g4 there, probably would have been better, but testing my opponent a little bit, see what he's got. Alright, so could take here. I think I'll just go queen h4 instead. Because I'm actually going to start with queen g4. This looks a little strange, but if I go for this immediately, I guess it didn't matter in this line, but something like queen d1, I was worried, but yeah, I want to get this pawn out of the way so we can just go in here, and king d1 will never work here. Could have just played queen h3 instead, but sometimes you run into some weird lines where that pawn blocks you. Okay, so very important, don't hang mate in 1. Let's get rid of that bishop, and Now there's nothing much he can do. Except for think about his life decisions and what decisions he made to bring himself to that point today. All right, so you hate to root against people here, but mobile phones just got such a huge lead. We gotta hope that you're gonna try. You gotta hope that this guy clutches up here and takes him out. Rook G1, and after G6, you've got Bishop takes. Yeah, he's killing it. Yeah, and he berserked, so that's gonna be another 5 points for him. Um, yeah, I hope I get matched up with him here. That'd be great. Um, I don't want to pause, but I'd love to get matched up with him. Let's start with knight f3 this time. Go e3. Okay. This isn't a bad line at all for my opponent. I'm trying to remember the prep here. There's knight g5. He may have something. No, he doesn't. Yeah, I think we'll win. Their c takes, we got like queen h5, queen e5. This is a really common idea in Atomic, actually. Um, Sacrificing your queen here for this knight so that you can get the bishop rolling. I'm trying to think if he has a takes. I don't know if this line even works. I'm not familiar with this line very much. Yeah, I'm trying to even think what I'm going to do after a takes. I'm going to play king f7 here. I can definitely do this at least. And he's going to have to block in his light squared bishop here, which will be nice. It will be pretty nice. But I actually don't know how to continue. I want to play b4 to block his queen, I think. But it's definitely not so clear how to continue. Maybe f4 as well would be nice. Yeah, f4 is nice because after queen a5, b4, there's nothing over here, nothing over here. And it also guards this square. So yeah, I think we're good after queen a. He's probably going to play queen a5 here, and then we'll play b4. You always just want to check for what squares he can go to. Okay, in this case, I don't think that's the best move. I think... How do we want to do this here? Let's do it. He can't play this because then this will be... Okay, actually he can, no. That'd be really weird. King c7, bishop d7, king b6, bishop c6. Would be quite the line there. He would have to play like king c5 or something, but... Okay, we didn't reach it. Just want to make sure we're not doing anything silly here. Let's play c4. Get as many pawns pushed up as possible. It's really going to hurt his king. Let's go d4 now, and then yeah, now we have this, and yeah, this is going to be a really pretty checkmate here. After king a5, we've got b4 or bishop d2. All right. Not a lot of people on. Tough to get paired here. I mean, yeah, we definitely made some mistakes here, but really great games from my opponents there. Yeah, can't be too hard on yourself, especially our second opponent there. Just played a really great game. Hot bot spot. I don't know about that one. I was hoping to get matched up against mobile. Sadly, we didn't. All right, let's go d6 here. This is kind of the last option you have against knight f3. The best idea there is to go knight g5 and you'll end up winning the queen in that line, but okay, why am I kind of low-key forgetting this prep here? Yeah, so bishop g2, only move to survive, and then he'll need to play h3 or h4 to stop my queen from coming in, and he does. Now we're going to put pressure here. Great move. I think we'll play e4. Probably could have started with e4 actually. It's been so long, I definitely need to review this prep. Yeah, because now g4 is a threat, so definitely didn't play that one right at all, but I think we'll be okay even after g4. We can just take. This opens up our rook here. Yeah, I wish I would have played that a little bit differently, but that's alright. It happens. We can still play g4 here. Just trying to generate as much pressure as possible on this side. He's probably going to take. He doesn't need to take immediately. He should have just let it stand there a little bit. There's not much progress I can make because now I'm going to hop my knight in, something like this. Yeah, I think we have to do this. I hate. Yeah, I probably could have played that better too, honestly. I had to block his queen from getting out at all. Okay, great move. Great move. Let's go h5. This actually gets my rook out this way, and it blocks his queen from coming out like this. So I quite like that. Yeah, you don't normally see this, but I think that was the better way to get it out. The middle of the board just would have been tough there. There's not much white can do here now. If e6 is really the only thing you got to be worried about there, but pretty simple defense. Yeah. All right, there we go, second place. But man, we are a country mile away. Looks like we're going to have to settle for the silver medal unless we can just run into a bunch of Shanjana bunnies that just resign immediately. Because yeah, it's not going to be easy to make up 20-point difference in 5 minutes. What do you guys think? Do you think Boldy Neutral ran away once he saw us, or no? Would be fitting after our demolishing effort against him the other day. Stuff to get paired here. Alright, here's a good opponent. Alright, we're gonna play my goes with e6 here. Okay, never mind. It's gonna play my my farmer's gambit against him. So bishop d3 is threatening this move bishop g6, so he plays queen d6 to make a square for his king. If he didn't, you know, he can't take this because my queen will be coming in. So we've got bishop f5 here, and he'll have to take. It's the only move, and then we'll take this and we'll be up for some material. It's not a bad line. I don't ever play this as black because I just think it's tough to generate much, but and knight c6 is a mistake. It looks good, but it allows me to play knight c3, and you actually have to lose more material to stop this threat. So knight c6 is kind of the, you know, natural, obvious move, but it actually is not a great move there. All right, I'd love to get paired here against mobile phone Leechess if you're listening. I know you're always listening. Even if I can't beat him, I'd love to. If I can't beat him in the tournament, I'd love to have a game against him. They could be fun. Man, I don't know why they're not pairing us. for the top two players here. Alright, here we go. Now let's get the Farmer's Gambit in. Here we go. This is my opening. E3, B4. Just like that. Alright, we'll transpose into this line. So he pushes his F pawn up, so now we can get our knight out because there's no more F6 to stop both of these. So he's going to have to concede either knight G5 or knight E5 to us. This is actually a pretty common line. If you go E3, E6, knight F5, F5, then B4 is a move there. So you actually reach this line in some other lines. Sorry, you reach this position in some other lines. Alright, so we would be scared of this, so we'll create a mate in one threat, and eventually we'll probably end up getting F3 in here to block his to block this knight E4 mate threat. Alright, I'm gonna play bishop B4. Now, pretty important here that we don't play knight D6. It looks really tempting. But after king d7, I'm trying to actually think there if there's any... or do we? I think it might be the move. Yeah, let's go ahead and play knight d... Okay, wow, that was... So he should have played king e7 here. Because then after knight takes b7, he's got knight e4 mate. So we would have had to play... I want to review this line, but I think after queen h5... yeah, let's actually look at this. The tournament's about over. We're not going to win it. Let's look at this line. So, yeah, so as I was saying earlier, it's pretty easy to reach this line from a different position here after knight f5, f5. And yeah, as you can see, the third most common move here is b4. So we just kind of transposed here my pet line. So knight f6 wasn't a great move by him. So bishop b5 is what we played. Yeah, okay, so knight d6 is the move. I was considering just playing f3 here. Oh, yeah, I see. So after bishop takes and then knight check, he would be able to play queen takes, and we are up a queen there, but he's got some activity, and our queen's actually kind of closed off there. Yeah, so after knight d6, he's got to play king e7, and then, okay, so these were the moves I was looking at, queen h5, queen f3. Yeah, as I was saying, if knight takes b7, black's got mate here. So you'd have to play something like queen h5, and then if there was knight e4, you could play queen takes. Oh, actually knight, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. And then, yeah, if it was something like knight takes 5, well, then you would just be up an arm and a leg, so... Okay, the more you know. I'm glad we looked at that. Well, congratulations, Mobile Phone 2. For our sake and for the whole Atomic community's sake, why don't you just stick to Horde? I'm pretty tired of losing to you. But yeah, super fun, guys. Played some great games today. We came in second, and yeah, I hope you were able to learn something that you didn't already know. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. See you guys.